Ngoma-born Bekisiza Jerome Mnguni graduated from the University of Zululand and began his legal career as a legal advisor in the legal aid clinic. Prior to his appointment to the bench, he was a director of a Pietermaritzburg-based law firm, Tomlinson Mnguni James. His untimely death has sent shockwaves through the legal fraternity, with many hailing him as a formidably principled man who was tremendously meticulous with each case he handled.
Jerome was a real gentleman, a man of integrity, a very collegiate, and I suppose he brought camaraderie to the bench. Judges are often accused of living in ivory towers. Jerome wasn't one of those. He was well aware of what was going on. And you could talk to him about these things. I think he was very conscious of the effect of whatever he does. You know, he wasn't somebody who just simply made a decision, well, and closed the file, and now it's somebody else's problem.
One of the most recent high-profile matters that Judge Mnguni presided over was former President Jacob Zuma's application to stay the execution of his warrant of arrest, which had been ordered by the Constitutional Court for contempt of court. He fast became a role model amongst legal experts and young law practitioners as a patient and sound judge.
He heard the Zuma application, as it is called, and he was not afraid to take on contentious matters. He was on the bench for the case against the Mnguni Trust, but that's the sort of man he was. As a judge, he kept very firm control of his court.
Justice Jappie says his death leaves a huge void in the judiciary, as Judge Mnguni had been appointed to act in the Supreme Court of Appeal in October and was being considered for appointment as Judge President of the Competitions Appeal Court.
Very difficult to replace people of that caliber. Remember, he wasn't just only on this court, he also served on the Competitions Appeal Court. And there, as I've already mentioned, he was in line to be made the head of that court at the next sitting of the JSC. But that's the sort of person he was. He could lead from the front.
Outside the courtroom, Mnguni was known for being a jokester and enjoyed legal literature.
As a friend, what we shared in common was a love for pens and books. Jerome liked fancy pens, you see. Me too. I also have a liking for fancy pens, and Jerome and I often spoke about those things, and he had a liking for books about the law, the judiciary, and we often used to have conversations about the state of South African jurisprudence.
A legal mind that will be sorely missed. Paulse, SABC News, Pietermaritzburg.